Yo, what's good, people? We back at it for another week, another episode of What's the Word with LJ Mentor podcast. As always, I'm your host with the most, LJ. Back up in here for another week. So, before I get into my word of the week, if you've been listening to me, you know I do a word of the week and relate that word of the week to my topics I have going on. So, before I get to that, I just wanted to talk about something else first because it doesn't really relate to my word of the week, but everything else pretty much does. And I just want to talk about man on man power real quick. Power Universe. Uh, Man, the season finale of Power Book 2 is coming next week. The same week, premiere of Power Book 4, Force. Um, and I love it, and I mentioned this in episode a while back as far as like I'm surprised HBO and other networks haven't done this yet to the night that shows premiere, a new episode premieres, that they do it at midnight instead of having to wait till 10:30 at night or whatever the time is. Why not have it if it's gonna premiere on a Monday, Saturday, Sunday night, whatever it is? Why not have it premiere at midnight so you can watch it? To me, that's one of the dopest things out there. But anyway, this season been crazy. If you watch Power, you know a lot of this last episode, a lot of stuff from the past that came out. Interesting enough about some characters, about who knew Ghost and Tommy and all of that, and it's real interesting how that came out. But yeah, I'm excited for Power Book 4. That's the one I'm most excited about because in the first Power show, Tommy was like my favorite character. Him and Kane was probably my two favorite characters. But Tommy, yeah, is definitely one of my favorites. So, gonna be a completely new cast except for him, of course. Man, I can't wait to see it. Um, I don't know what to expect. He in the new city because I remember at the end of Power, he was originally supposed to go to LA, but he ended up in Chicago, which is where the main actor Joseph Sakura, who plays Tommy, is actually from real life. Um, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna play out, but yeah, I seen the trailers. I mean, I think it's gonna be dope. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Seeing you gonna check that out, man. It's been and this Power Book 2 has been crazy. Like all this stuff Tariq going through, like man, it's and I don't feel sorry for the. I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for the little nigga. I don't. I don't feel sorry for him because if you look at how it played out, like I mean, he killed his own pops. He killed his own father, Ghost. He stole from Tommy, who basically would have did anything for him. I remember like if anybody who watched the show, I remember something a while back Tommy said before like things fell apart, and he was having an issue with Ghost, and he had a conversation with Tariq, and he said, "No matter what happens, I always got your back." I believe Tommy really meant that shit until Tariq started being on some bull. Like it's crazy. Why would Tommy would have did anything for that fool? And a while back, I was like, man, I wish he would have tossed his ass off that roof. But then, storytelling wise, but then you gotta look back at it like it's still a TV show. And if Tariq didn't do all that fucked up shit, we wouldn't even have Power Book 2. But but yeah, anyway, it's a great story. And then she knows when you have a good show, when you really invested and characters piss you off, like that's when you know it's a good show. But yeah, season finale, can't wait. Premiere Force, yeah, I can't wait for that. Now, word of the week is transition. Now, transition is, when something is going a certain way with us in your personal life, or you see the way certain things going, and then you gotta make a change or do something a little different. May not necessarily be completely different, but you gotta transition into something else and move on. Maybe follow a different path or continue along that path, but move in a different way. You gotta come up with a strategy, so to speak, to keep it going and keep it alive or whatever it is. So, first thing I'm gonna talk about this because we in pretty much gonna be in a new era in the NFL. in the NBA soon too when LeBron James retires. But NFL, Tom Brady just announced his retirement. They put out in the reports that he was going to retire. Um, Big Ben Roethlisberger also announced his retirement earlier, and it's pretty much officially ended an era. It really is. So we transitioned in the field a new era pretty much back when all the top quarterbacks were stationary targets and pretty much always in the pocket. Now all the top quarterbacks can move. They can all throw and run, throw from different arm angles. They might not be able to run like Lamar Jackson, but all of them can make a move and get yards with their legs. But yeah, it's a transition of a new era. I think Aaron Rodgers was like one of the first guys I've seen that really. I mean, there's always been guys that have been dual threats, but to be a true dual threat the way he did it, I think he's one of the first ones. I mean, you could say Steve Young too, but Aaron Rodgers was one of the first ones I seen that really was like a true dual threat who was elite from the pocket. He was elite. He was probably more elite outside of the pocket, but he could really beat you a bunch of different ways. You know, there's a bunch of guys that could do that. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, um, Kyler Murray to some degree can. But yeah, all your top guys, top five quarterbacks can do that pretty much. And it's still some guys that can beat you from the pocket and pretty much stationary, but for the most part, most guys can do both. They're true dual threats. And this transition is it's officially a new era. Tom Brady will go down as the greatest of all time, greatest football player of all time, and I don't see nobody passing him anytime soon if that happens. And now anything could happen. I don't know. A lot of people I heard went to Brady officially announced his retirement, saying like we will never see this in our lifetime again. Now, it's most likely not gonna. I don't like to say never. I don't like to say never with certain things because you never know. I don't like to say never because you really never know. It's very highly unlikely that somebody will pass Brady. His accomplishments, 7 Super Bowls. He has more Super Bowls than every NFL team. It's hard to imagine somebody doing that. But I'm not gonna rule nothing out. I mean, there's been some crazy things in this world. People doing amazing things. Brady will be the greatest, probably the greatest competitor in possibly any sport. It's kind of hard to say because you got boxing, tennis, who are single sports, but as team sports, he might be the greatest competitor ever. Even more so than Michael Jordan because his level of drive is absolutely ridiculous. When he won his 7th Super Bowl, he immediately wanted to say, "Hey, already I'm ready to get number 8." But now he's officially retired, and man, oh man, the game ain't gonna never be the same without Tom Brady. It's not. I mean, he's definitely the GOAT, and I highly doubt anybody passes him in GOAT status. And it's not gonna happen anytime soon, that's for sure. But to say never is gonna happen again, you just never know. Somebody could come out of nowhere. Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick. Nobody saw him coming out of college. Like, you just never know. So I'm not gonna rule anything out. It's just highly unlikely that somebody gonna pass him. So yeah, I wanted to talk about because like this year, and I kind of started this late last year too, about using different words. This week is transition. I use like shift. All these words kind of similar, but because the world we in is really transitioning to something different. Um, Obviously, you had like the late '90s, early 2000s with the computer age, and that's when the internet really started booming. That was the next big thing, and it really took over the world. You got early on, and when television first came out, that was a new wave. Radio, that was a new wave when it first came out. But now we got pretty much a new wave of the metaverse now, and NFTs, and I heard Kanye West speak. I heard a few people co-signing that. Oh yeah, don't speak to me about NFTs. I'm not on that. That's cool. You don't have to be. That's cool. And Kanye, somebody that don't need to be on it. But all the people that's co-signing that's not on Kanye level. Like, I mean, hey man, man, do you? I can't tell you what to do. I'm just trying to encourage people to have passive income, and it's one of the ways you can do it. And NFTs is something, if you really start understanding what NFTs are, they could really be used in any market, any profession. It's so many ways you can use NFTs. It's crazy. So, but and if that's fine, if you don't want to be on the wave, that's you. If you want to get left behind, that's on you. But I'm gonna be continuing to learn as much as about it. I've been learning about this crypto these last 2 years, and this is about to take over, and it's transitioning into something totally different. Where pretty soon every company's gonna be on it. Once the world starts figuring out what NFTs are, because there's still a lot of people that don't even know what a non-fungible token is. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there. I don't even know what it is, and it's kind of weird when you first look at it. Some people might look at it like it's a digital piece of art or whatever it is. All the NFTs aren't necessarily art, but you might look at it and be like, why the hell would I spend $50, $100, $2,000 worth of like 2 Ethereum or whatever it is on some shit that's like I can't even physically hold. Like it's just a piece on like on your phone or your on your computer. Like why the hell would I want to buy this shit? Like what type of why is this shit worth money? And there's some good questions to ask. I initially asked that, and that's honestly some shit that I'm still trying to figure out with NFTs. But one thing I can tell you about them is they're here to stay, and what gives them value is, for example, I spoke about the Nas situation, right? This is just one example. There's a lot of different examples. They do different things. They give you utility, but with the Nas NFTs, right? When they first dropped, they worked with a company called Royal, and Nas sold 50% of his royalties in the form of NFTs, and he had different tiers of how much royalty you get for any time song is streamed online, so on any streaming service or wherever. You get when the artists get paid, you get paid. That's just one example. There's other stuff out there where you can get like a metaverse helmet or whatever, and it gives you utility. You can earn rewards. Eventually, you do accumulate. There are NFTs that accumulate more money over time. So you obviously want to get something back for your investment. You don't want to just. And a lot of people flip NFTs. Some of them don't really have any utility. Um, you just gotta find out what projects doing what, and sometimes it is kind of, and I could definitely understand people being skeptical about it. I definitely get it. I own a few of them, but yeah, this is something that's gonna really, if you really understand, it's something that's gonna change the game. Especially if you're creative like myself, if you're in a creative field, yeah, this is definitely a move you need to get on. And this, like I said earlier, like Kanye West, he's somebody that he don't have to get on NFTs. He don't have to. I get it. Like he could do whatever the hell he want. Yeezys is worth his company worth pretty much $1 billion. So, and I respect him. Yeezy is a Kanye or Ye as now, just Ye I guess. But he's somebody that he don't need to if he don't want to. So, but yeah, people out here that's don't really got Kanye's. It's not even about his money. It's just, to me, it's about learning something that's gonna really be beneficial to you. Uh, can get you passive income, like cryptocurrency, like the stock market, like whatever. It's a lot of different forms you can get passive income out here. Learning about real estate, learning about. I went to a business event this past weekend, and there was a lot of mention about doing Airbnb, working with different property management, you don't even have to be in the same state. And I'm actually going to learn about that process, and there's a lot of make money from that. But yes, a lot of ways out here to get to this money. We just got to figure out how to do it. And But yeah, I don't understand it. People saying like, yeah, I'm not on that wave either. But hey, that's you. Do you? If you don't want to learn NFTs, you don't want to learn crypto. Hey man, I'm just here to put the knowledge out because I really believe this is gonna be beneficial. It's one way to get passive income. If you don't want to be on it, so be it. You can get left behind. But anyway, so yeah, keeping this theme of a transition, right? We'll talk about GameStop really quick. I thought this was interesting because they're getting into the NFT game. Like I said, I think eventually all these companies gonna be on it. Now, I used to be in a mindset like I hate following trends. I don't want to be like everybody else. And it's not even about that, but sometimes you gotta look at it from a mindset like, hey, this is working. You may not be the first person to be doing this, but you need to figure out how to get involved because it's gonna help you in the long run. So yeah, I used to be like, man, I don't want to do that. I ain't trying to be part of that because it seems trendy, and some stuff is trendy that's not gonna stay and be beneficial to you. But I'm talking about something that's actually gonna help you grow, deposit, put money in your bank account or wherever you keep your bread at. But yeah, GameStop, right? They've been doing different things to survive. For one, how they resell used games for one, used video games and get and you can go in there and they resell, sell. They have different ways how they stay afloat. And I was actually thinking a while back, like, man, I wonder how somebody like GameStop gonna survive. They ain't gonna end up like Blockbuster? I don't think they are because I think before Blockbuster really got shut down, they had an opportunity to I think it was either buy Netflix or do some type of partnership with Netflix, right? And Netflix came out and pretty much blew them out of the water. Like it was pretty much over for Blockbuster. And obviously there was some other stuff at the time, some other digital ways to where you ain't gotta walk into a store and pick up a movie or game, whatever. But Blockbuster just died because they didn't know how to transition. They just looked at what was going on like, nah, I'm good. We just gonna continue to do what we doing. And they pretty much fell off the face of the earth. I think there's still one location or they just closed. I can't remember. I think they're that last location in the state of Oregon just closed. I could be wrong about that. I think I read something that was either about to close or something like that. It might be still up. I can't remember. But I know there was still only one location left, and it was in Oregon. And I think I read somewhere that it was closing down. I'm not totally sure on that, but I think it did. So don't quote me on that. But I know for sure there's only one location left. But yeah, they Blockbuster never evolved. They could have did something on Netflix, and they was like, nah, we good. We good. We just gonna stay where we at. We just gonna keep doing what we doing. I mean, it's a it's an apocalypse out here like Resident Evil. I mean, there's zombies outside, but we good. We got our shotguns in the back. We just gonna pick them off till they pick us off. We just gonna go down with the ship. So we alright. We chilling. We ain't worried about transitioning right now. We good. So, and yeah, they pretty much fell off the face of the earth eventually. So, this world does not wait on nobody. It can be frustrating. It can be annoying, but we gotta do what we gotta do if we really want to thrive out here. And it really depends what industry you into, I guess. Some stuff, I guess, may not affect them, but pretty much as a whole, a lot. This technology is gonna affect pretty much everybody. Like how you even handle business with a lot of stuff you need to even for basic stuff. Like you need an email pretty much. Like you pretty much have to have an email for whatever reason for to conduct business. Even if it's with your some people still do old school stuff like uh, with the bank and have make sure they have checks and as their checks, and I can't even remember the last time I used when I went to the bank and used a check. I don't really need to. But yeah, certain things that change. But yeah, GameStop, they get into this NFT space now, and I'm not sure how it's gonna work. But that's one thing I was thinking about too. Our video games gonna start having their own NFTs, but GameStop, it seems like they're getting ahead of the curve with that and have their own. I'm not sure how it's gonna work. Are they gonna have it for individual games? Are they gonna have it for any other products? Because they don't just have games too. They got other accessories in there too. So there's ways that GameStop has been able to stay afloat over the years. But the fact that they're getting into this NFT game, that and if it has any type of utility where people can earn like more money, or by purchasing these NFTs, that's gonna really make people really want to fuck with GameStop for real. I think. I'm not sure how it's gonna work though. I'm curious to see how that's gonna play out with their NFTs, because we got a transition, and I think GameStop getting the picture. Now there was a surge. I remember when GameStop had a stock surge back in what was it? It was either 2020 or early 2021 when GameStop stock went through the roof, and they tried to stop it for people getting it for a while, but now they getting it again once these NFTs come out, and whatever other business GameStop is probably gonna surge again. So, but yeah, it's been GameStop is finding ways to, and I wonder too, like if the CEO or the people in charge of GameStop, I wonder if they're looking like we ain't trying to end up like Blockbuster, because I honestly was wondering, because with video games now, if you got a Xbox, PlayStation, or if you do PC, whatever it is, you can do all that stuff online. You could buy the console from Amazon, or you can buy games directly on your from your TV on your console. Like you don't even really need to go to GameStop really. But they have like, some people still go to GameStop, Best Buy, wherever, because if you get like wait a while and you get a used game, they normally sell them a lot cheaper than you would on a console. But yeah, but even with the console, they be having deals like a lot, a lot. They have spring deals, Black Friday deals. It's a lot of different deals they have. So I was really like, man, what the hell, GameStop gonna survive? Because other places they sell games like Best Buy, Walmart, they got so many other products that they don't really, that's not gonna affect them. But GameStop, that's like their niche is games. Like that's their thing. So, but yeah, that's they transition. They doing something different, and they don't want to end up like Blockbuster. So yes, it's interesting to see how this world, we got to transition, and information is so easy to access. That's another word I used in the past: accessibility, to access to information. All these words kind of go together because the world is changing, and it's gonna constantly evolve. And oh, another thing too, I wanted to address real quick before I get out of here is Tesla. Elon Musk spoke about not doing too many more car models, but they focusing on robots. And somebody actually showed me a video yesterday of I guess they said it was a Tesla a rocket that they trying to get into space. Now that's crazy because I think NASA, I think, was the only ones that's allowed to do something like that. But Tesla getting into the game now, yeah, that's gonna change everything. And I honestly think Tesla might be the first ones that have like officially flying cars. I spoke about flying cars before, and I think it's eventually gonna happen. Tesla probably gonna be the ones to do it, or one of these car companies. It's another car company I've been following too. They're not publicly traded yet, but yeah. But yeah, it's another one I've been following too. That could possibly do. But yeah, I think Tesla gonna be the ones that's probably gonna get the flying cars if we ever have it in my lifetime. I think Tesla's probably gonna be the one to do it. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with the robots though. It's yeah, I gotta do more research on that. But as far as the rocket launch from Tesla, they doing different things there. Yeah, this stuff is crazy. Man, oh man, this is what we transitioning to there. That's keeping with the theme of this word of the week here, transition. But yeah, I just wanted to address those things different there. We gotta evolve or die. Some stuff I didn't even want to get into, but we have no choice but to adapt. Like some stuff I still really don't even want to do really that I'm kind of pushing back. Like all right, but yeah, we might have to force myself to do it. You gotta do it if you're gonna stay afloat, stay alive, and be grinding out here. So, but yeah, we gotta keep it pushing. And I just want to get the information out there because there's people that show me information to really learn as far as investing and just information. Period. Because information is important. It's just a matter of what you do with it that makes a difference. You can't just take the information and say, "Oh, that's dope," and don't do nothing about it. You gotta actually do something and apply it. Apply that information you learn. That's the key. You gotta actually apply it. So that's gonna be it for me. About to get up out of here. So remember, as I always say, stay focused, stay safe, stay positive, and definitely stay sucker free. I'm out.